Hey everybody, I thought I would check in with a video, probably going to be the last one that you hear from me. Let me switch this out a little bit. So we're really starting to wrap things up, which I know you're like probably breathing a sigh of relief, but you have learned so much and come so far. I know at the beginning I made you videos all the time, and here by the end you really weren't needing them anymore. You were just moving right along through all of the work. But let's see the final few assignments that are left. And I do want to encourage you to go to the gradebook, look for zeros. Sometimes I asked you to resubmit something or clarify something, so do that for me. Make sure you read the comments, and if you have any zeros, let's get those taken care of. But here at the end, we are down to a big one called networking in your area right here. This is going to have you come up with an advocacy plan, something that you will promote your library with. Promote what you think is important or a big thing that you would want to pull off when you become a school librarian. It does ask you to be sure to include artifacts in there. That means examples. So if you say, I'm going to make a newsletter, don't just say it. Put an attachment of a newsletter. It could be the newsletter that you made if that happened to fit in. But whatever you tell me that you would do, I want to actually see it. You know, if you say you're going to email the superintendent, you don't really have to send an email to the superintendent, but go ahead and write it out, screenshot it, and we'll take that as a mock-up of that. You do have another scenario to get through, and then I have a final discussion question, just where I'm kind of asking for some feedback on the class and the kinds of things that you really enjoyed. But also make sure that you get over here on TK20. Be sure that you have something turned in all of these links. There's the dyslexia information about the assignment, the link where you submitted in TK20, information about that suicide prevention assignment, the link to submit it to TK20, same for your mental health and the link, and this last one here is the school school library leadership and advocacy link. This is the networking one. They call it a longer name here, but it's networking. So be sure, and in that one, it's going to ask you for multiple things. So when you open that, it's going to ask you for several. When I open it, it shows me a teacher view. It won't show me your view, but it's going to ask you to put several different assignments in there. Like I know your podcast is going to go in there. Your ALA, TLA membership is going in there. It's going to ask you for several pieces. So make sure you have all of those pieces put in there. And then of course also your digital literacy, which is your Google certification. But I want to show you something about your websites. Y'all have made some really fun Google sites in this class, but I want you to be able to do something more with it once our class ends. I'm going to go to an organization that I have a Google site that I created for them. Your Google site needs to stay with you, but remember right now it's shared with those other people. What you can do on the little triple dot, some people call it the hot dog, you can say duplicate the site. It's going to bring it up. You can make a whole new name for it, maybe your own name, and put it wherever you want to put it, and then click the word duplicate. And it's going to make a copy of that site. And once you have that copy of the site, go ahead and delete everybody else's works. Don't do it on the original. That's the part you have to be careful with. Make sure you duplicated it. And this can become like a traveling portfolio for you now. You really have the start of a really good interview tool for when you go to your first interview and the principal says, well, you've never been a librarian before. What kind of things can you do? Well, you'll be able to show them that you could do fun things with your kids like a podcast. I was just recently Facebook messaging with a librarian in Houston that's wanting to start a podcast where her kids are giving book reviews. How fun is that? You can show them that you know how to do newsletters addressed to teacher audiences, and really anybody, but that was just the sample you had. But you've got all kinds of different things that you're going to be able to showcase about yourself. The different certificates you've already earned, the Google, dyslexia, suicide prevention, all of these things will matter when you're in an interview. So please take the time, hit the triple dots, choose duplicate, and get that going. Now save your original one in case there's something that y'all need to go back to or see examples from each other. But all in all, that's going to be a wrap for what you're doing. I hope you've enjoyed this class. You have learned so much, like I was saying earlier. I'm really proud of everything. Let me do a little self-promo here. I also started my own podcast. It opens up, it premieres next Monday. So not tomorrow, but the first Monday in August is going to be the premiere. And I decided I'm going to showcase the voice of veteran librarians. And the audience for me is going to be new librarians or young in their career, early in their career librarians. But I want the voice of the experienced librarians to give advice, share examples and different things. So look for me, look for my podcast. It's called Librarian Influencers. You know what, real quick, let me switch over. Let me pull something up so you can know what you're looking for. I have a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram page also, but I want you to be able to see what you're looking for here. Give me just a second. It's coming slowly but surely. So librarian influencers, because we have the opportunity to influence those in our school. Hopefully this logo, yeah. So you're going to be looking for this logo right over here, Librarian Influencers, and here's the name. We influence those in our school, the kids and the teachers, but we also influence each other. And we can use our voice to help build other librarians in the field. So I hope you'll listen for it. Look for it. Right now, I've got it set up already for iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. I don't remember what all. But I started a little website with my name, laurashinneman.com. You could follow it there also. And let me see if I pull that up real quick. Because the podcast is also going to go on there, and you'll be able to hear the stories from the other librarians. I guess I'm having bad internet today. So here's my Librarian Influencers page. And right here, there's little icons that are invisible right now. Here we go. So I do have a blog, but here's where my podcast will go. So they will show up here, coming soon. They will. I have a little introductory one because you had to create one in order to get it uploaded into the system, so they will recognize it. So there's a test one there right now. But after that, they'll all show up here, or you can go ahead and look for them wherever you normally listen to podcasts. But thanks again for your time. So nice to meet y'all. Please do take the time to do an evaluation. All of your professors, that's going to be a really important thing for them. Whew, until it's a windy day out here right now. But take care, and let's finish strong as we wrap everything up. Have a great week. Bye-bye.